welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren, and on my channel we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel, and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm presenting you another episode of my Real versus Fake series, this time featuring the Chanel Classic Flap in size medium in Tiffany blue. So if you are interested in learning how to spot the differences, then please keep on watching. Alright, so first things first, let's start with the packaging. And can you tell which one is the real box and which box is the fake one? So in this hand over here we have the real box, and then in this other hand here we have the fake box. I feel like the fake box is pretty accurate. There's nothing that's like super off. If anything, I would say that the shape is slightly different. It's slightly more of a square, and here the real box is a little bit more of a rectangle. It's a little bit longer, and then the writing of Chanel here is a little bit larger than on the real one, which is here, but it's not super noticeable. I feel like if you don't have the real box next to it, you wouldn't notice really. So next up we have the dust bags, and I feel like as much as the box was quite nice, really the dust bag is of low quality for the fake one. So this is the dust bag for the fake one, and then in this other hand we have the dust bag for the real one. And I think that right off the bat the difference is huge. The real one, which again is in this hand, it kind of looks like a bit faded, and here for the fake one it looks very like a dark black almost. It looks very like dark black, so that's a massive difference. I also feel like there's a big difference in the quality of the fabric. So for the real one, which again is here, it's so soft. That's what I love about the Chanel dust bags. It almost feels like you want to sleep on it because it's so soft and so nice. And here really the fabric is very different. It's a lot like harsher. The texture is way off. So unfortunately there is a big difference in the dust bag. So far I would say the box was really good, but the dust bag, nope. And now moving on to the bags themselves, can you tell which one is the real one and which one is the fake one? So in this hand we have the real Chanel bag, and in this other hand we have the fake one. The first thing that I want to talk about is dimensions and shape. I think that like this it's not super noticeable, but once you put them side by side, which you'll see in the close-ups, it is different, and it's kind of like similar to what happened for the box. So the real one, which again is in this hand, is a little bit larger, is a little bit like longer, like the length here is longer than for the fake one, and then it's also a little bit higher, like the height on the side here is a little bit higher, and then I feel like the shape is slightly off. For the fake one, which is in this hand, the corners are more round and then less squared than for the real one, which is in this hand. The next thing that we'll talk about is the color, the precise shade of blue. And here I feel like it is noticeable, definitely. It's perhaps the thing that is most noticeable within these bags. It seems to me like Tiffany blue, which is the color of my real one, is a very special color. It kind of changes color depending on lighting. So currently I only use natural lighting in my studio, so that's why the color kind of tends to vary, and depending on shadows and everything, that can change. And I feel like, yeah, for Tiffany blue, it's either like turquoise or even a little bit green, kind of depending on, the lighting, the time of day, etc., the weather. So that's why I absolutely love this bag. It's such a special color, and it's very difficult to replicate. And I think that over here, it is a nice attempt. However, it looks a little bit more like pop of color, more in your face. The tone is a little bit less subdued. It's more on the turquoise side than the green. I think that it doesn't really have this kind of like little touch or little, let's say like, you know, background neutral tones, if that makes sense, of green. It's more blue than green. So I feel like they failed to replicate that, but that's really easy to understand because this shade of blue is so special. That's why I was so desperate to get one of these bags. I absolutely love it. I feel like it's been an amazing choice. By the way, if you are interested in seeing this unboxing of this particular bag and hearing my first impressions about it and how I got it, then I will go ahead and leave the video in the little information link over here for you to see it. The next thing we'll talk about is stitching and quilting. And I feel like this is the best thing about this fake bag, which again is here. It is identical, absolutely identical to the real one. I mean, honestly, like I stared at it for 10 minutes and I was still like, I can't tell a single difference. How come? So yeah, I mean, it's very, very similar. I wasn't able to find a single difference. I feel like that is really something that's nice about this bag. And it is also somewhat indicative of an actual quality behind the bag, if that makes sense. So that's really nice. The next one that we're going to talk about is going to be hardware, and here for the real bag it is champagne gold hardware, and then for the fake bag, which again is in this hand, it's silver hardware. So it is a different type of hardware, and here I feel like I have to say that I actually prefer silver hardware on this particular shade of blue, and I would probably have preferred silver hardware for the Tiffany blue. Obviously it didn't come in silver hardware, it came in champagne gold hardware only, but I kind of like the combination of the silver and the blue. I feel like it works a little bit better than the champagne gold hardware. I would have preferred like maybe champagne gold with pink, or you know, something like that, or maybe beige, or yeah, just a different color. I think that the silver is a little bit more casual, you know, the hardware is a little bit more casual and works best with this kind of color of bag, which is, you know, probably for a day out in the summer, like that kind of thing. So I feel like that would be a little bit nicer to have. Other than that, like when it comes to the quality of the hardware itself, not just the color, but the quality of it, I think that this is definitely one of the strong suits of this particular handbag. It came with protective little wrappers around, obviously, the CC logo and the CC closure. And so, yeah, I feel like it's really nice. It's very shiny, but not in a bad way at all. And I actually did take out one of my other Chanel handbags, a real bag, that has silver hardware, and it was identical. So the shade of the silver hardware resembles the normal Chanel silver hardware shade as well. Next up, let's talk about leather types. And here for the real bag, which is in this hand, it is caviar leather. And then for the fake bag, which again is here, it's lambskin leather, so different types of leather. And interestingly enough, the fake one, which again is here, the lambskin leather is very, very puffy. It's very kind of structured, which I like. I feel like I actually don't have any mediums in lambskin or any even small ones in lambskin. The only one that I did have in lambskin was the Walk, and then the one that I still have in lambskin is a Chanel 19 bag, so totally different. But I feel like one of the main concerns was definitely getting a bag that wouldn't be as structured as it would have been with the caviar leather. And the fake bag, surprisingly enough, is very rigid. It kind of like stays in place. It's very puffy, but then not like loose, if that makes sense, like not unstructured, which is nice. I actually really like this about this bag. However, I will say that for the color, for this like light blue type of handbag, I really, really strongly prefer and advise to get a caviar leather bag because of color transfer. You know, that can happen if you're not careful enough, if you're not like super careful. You could be wearing something like, you know, dark denim or something like that, or like a black dress and not pay attention, and then, you know, 2 days later you notice that there's a stain on the back of the handbag, and it is a lot easier to clean up on caviar leather than lambskin leather. Lambskin leather, it's pretty much, that's it. Whereas caviar leather, like a few things can be done still. I mean, it's not ideal, but it can be, you know, helped. It's a situation that can be helped. So yeah, I mean, for this type of handbag, really, I would recommend getting caviar leather, but I am happily surprised with the puffiness and the structure of this lambskin leather in this fake bag. And what's also nice is that it is real 100% genuine leather, and it definitely feels like it. I think that you can tell that it's like not like a cheap material, it's actually quality. Alright, so the next thing that we'll talk about is the inside of the bag and the pockets. So the back pockets are absolutely 100% similar, and then the inside is as well. I'm not holding both bags open because I feel like it's pretty bad for the real one. I would be afraid to damage it, but you will see on the close-ups that they have made the pockets exactly the same. They have made the inside compartments exactly the same. The only thing that really differs is something that actually makes sense. Since the real bag, which again is in this hand, is champagne gold hardware, the writing of Chanel and then made in France is like champagne gold hardware color. And then for this bag, it is silver hardware, so the writing of Chanel and then made in France is silver. So that obviously makes sense, and that's why there's this difference. So in conclusion, I would say that this is actually not a bad replica, that it is a quality handbag that is made of, again, genuine leather, real nice stitching, real nice hardware. And I feel like if your goal is to get exactly the same shade of blue, exactly the best, you know, like Tiffany blue, then this fake bag would probably not be best for you because there is still a, relatively speaking, large difference between colors. However, if your goal is to get, you know, like a light blue Chanel handbag, a light blue Chanel replica, then I would really recommend this one because it really feels nice. I love the puffiness of the leather. That was a really, really nice surprise. But I would be a little bit concerned about color transfer. I mean, at the same time, it's not $10,000, so it probably feels a little bit better on your wallet if you do get color transfer on this one. And by the way, as always, if you are interested in getting this particular bag or anything else from the Fake Factory, then I will go ahead and leave all of the relevant information in the description box of the video down below, along with a coupon code for you. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope that it was informational and beneficial for you. In case you were looking at acquiring either a real Chanel classic flap in Tiffany blue or a resembling one in anything like a light blue color. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.